Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Insane Worlds. 6. Maori isn't just a single language. When discussing the Maori language, remember the long history of the tribe. The people of Maori did not natively inhabit New Zealand. They traveled from Polynesia during the 14th century. And it was only during the 19th century when the Europeans settled in New Zealand that caused the language of the Maori people to splinter into numerous variations of the Polynesian languages. Due to centuries of geographic isolation, the people of Maori had no external influences. This was why they had a unique language with various dialects emerging between different areas in New Zealand. While the primary language is Te Reo Maori, this tribe has 3 main dialects. These 3 dialects are North Island Eastern Dialect, North Island Western Dialect, South Island Dialect. Number 5. Maori tattoos weren't made with ink. Before the European settlers arrived in New Zealand, Maori tattoos, or taumoko, were not inked. In fact, the tattoo designs were directly carved into the individual's skin. This tattooing method used special broad-toothed combs with different chisel blades. Tattooing is considered sacred for the Maori tribe, especially facial tattoos. The chisel blades were dipped in a blackish pigment. Using ta or small mallets, the entire comb is struck repeatedly into the person's skin. Pigments used were usually soot made from burning white pine or kahikatea. Another interesting aspect of these tattoos is that no two are the same. This stems from the principle that individuals are unique in their wisdom, lineage, and stature in the tribe. So if you ever find someone with a Maori tattoo, it pays to ask what the meaning is. You never know what you might uncover. Number 4. Maori didn't originally have a written language. Prior to contact with European settlers, the Maori had no written language. Words about the tribe's history were only passed down orally or in carvings. During the first half century of the European settlement, the best way to communicate was by using the Maori language. If the people wanted to engage in trading, they had to learn to speak. But as the settlers' presence increased, written communication became a need. 1814 was the first year when Maori missionaries attempted to write the tribe's language. 1820 was the year the language was systematized, thanks to a professor at Cambridge University. It was also the same year when missionaries in New Zealand taught each other how to write and read in the Maori language. They would use materials like leaves, charcoal, and carved wood, and without access to paper, they would use cured skins from animals. Of course, today, the language has been anglicized. Number 3. Maori recipes are passed down from generation to generation. Before the implementation of written language, the recipes of this tribe were passed down orally. What's even more fascinating is that many of these recipes are alive today. A perfect example of this is Rowena bread. This unique bread originated from Maori tribes and is one of their traditional recipes passed down between generations. If you love sourdough bread, you'll also love Rowena. It's a potato sourdough loaf that uses fermented potato rather than yeast, making the bread firmer. For the best experience, eat Rowena hot with jams or butter. If you visit New Zealand, you can find Rowena bread in most bakeries. But if you want a true experience, make sure to swing by Jackson's Rowena bread in Wanganui. This bakery serves Maori-style Rowena using the recipe from the owner's great-grandmother. Number 2. Captain Cook's first landing wasn't well received. Captain Cook's arrival at the Maori settlement started off rough. In 1769, one of Cook's men shot Te Mauro, a leader of Ngati Anione. In an unfortunate cultural misunderstanding, what was a ceremonial challenge for the locals was thought to be an attack by the Europeans. Luckily, this wasn't the end of the story. Despite the rough start, the Europeans and the Maori were able to make peace. Just one day after the shooting, Captain Cook and Tupaia, a priest, conversed with the locals in a peaceful and diplomatic manner. The locals greeted Cook by giving him a hongi, a sacred rock. The greeting marks one of the most important early interactions between the Maori and the Europeans. Although there are some political tensions between the Maori and Pakeha today, you'll find those first peaceful beginnings have left a lasting impact on the culture. Number 1. They had a unique burial process. One of the most unique things about the Maori actually has nothing to do with the people who are alive and well today. Instead, it has to do with the sacred tradition regarding the dead. Tangihanga was one of the major burial practices of the Maori. The body of the deceased is smeared with oil and red ochre, and then it would be sat upright. The body's arms are wrapped around the legs, while the knees are tucked beneath the chin. After being set in this position, the body is covered using cloaks and mats. It would then be placed inside the meeting house for several days, where the community can bid farewell. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.